sound, videos, photos, you cannot get the outside.
Which is better? Like for me, out of the food media, which is better? Yes, better. So, yes. Even USA should be flexible. Yes. Yeah, no. Okay. Yes, sir. Is my car got it? Yeah.
N'abatatereera awo mujja tutama
Waliwo abatatereera.
wali mu maaso abasukukasuka
Ebifaananyi tuli ku mulimu gwa ggwanga. Kansala nituule njagala kufuna bano nga obadde ogonze obadde ogonze
at Kunda, part of the Lutare Kamlegea, and Colonel retired Dr. Kizaves Chipefe, intended to commit treason, did not give information thereof with all reasonable dispatch to the minister, an administration officer, a magistrate or an officer in charge of a police station, or use all reasonable endeavors to prevent the commission of the treason. Son of have you understood the particulars of the offense?
Yes, you watch understood.
You understood. Is it true?
It's not true. Actually, people mentioned my clients, Dr. Lisa and the president. I'm representing them in the prison case. So how can I commit an offense of reasonable reason when I'm their lawyer?
Can you switch off your phone? Kindly could you switch off your phone? Spot is in session, please.
Abananga masimu gajjeko.
Sentences of not guilty is entered.
Your Honor, inquiries are still ongoing. We prefer mention dates for this case.
Yes, Salo, we have a right to apply for bail.
Lordship, we are ready with 3 applications in alternatives.
In the alternative of bail.
No. The first is bail, and the last 2 are alternatives. Lordship, we have instructions to apply for bail as we now do. Yes, the accused person applies for bail on the following grounds. one, in exercise of the constitutional right to apply. And with your permission, I do not need to belabor that point.
No, you don't have
Under
to.
Article 23 of
No,
the
you don't
Constitution.
have
The accused person has a fixed place of abode at Wakaliga in Rubaga Division. He has a family with a wife and children. And his residence is known to the state, both physically but also in documents, including the charge sheet, which you have just read over today. As the state mentions in its charge sheet, the accused person is an advocate of this court and practices law. Under the name and style of Lukwago and company advocates. Operating plot 15A.
You got a bit slogan, so I'm like,
Apologies, Your Honor.
it's well. Operating.
The law firm operates at plot 15A, 15 capital A, Clement Hill Road, Nakasero, Kampala. On the first floor of Ruth Towers. On the first floor of Ruth Towers. With experience of close to 30 years of legal practice. He knows and understands the implications of bail, and makes a personal undertaking. To appear as and when directed. And to abide by all bail terms and conditions that may be pleased to set. Your Honor, the accused person advances another ground in fragile health. The accused person suffers from a condition called gastritis. There are a number of conditions, but I will mention one by one. The first is gastritis. Which requires consistent medical supervision by specialized medical personnel. And if court followed closely how he has been in the document when he keeps bumping, that is a condition. The requirement is to consistently monitor pressure, oxygen, aeration, and so on. But it also requires specialized food. Specialized food intake at particular intervals during day and night. In particular, and in more particular terms, Your Worship, he has to take particular quantities, small quantities of meals at highly regulated
But what's wrong with you? Can you please respect God?
Your Worship, at smaller quantities provided at particular intervals, followed by particular medication, provided under supervision, medical supervision. Your Worship, the second medical condition is herniated disc. And this herniated disc
Would you kindly spell it?
is your HERNIATED.
Beg your pardon.
Herniated HER. Yes. NIATED. This with actually for completeness it is disc C5 and C6 and C6. To demonstrate is that the lumbar spine, the cervical spine, was operated with a metal inserted which was operated in Fortis Hospital, India. That is where the surgery was conducted. Fortis, F-O-R-T-I-S, Memorial Hospital in Delhi, India. Your Worship, following the brutal arrest and management under detention, the same has clinically dislocated by his observation arising, owing to the pain he feels, which is excruciating and requires urgent orthopedic intervention. Or neurological intervention. He also suffers respiratory ailments relating to his breathing, requiring well-ventilated space, as well as consistent and persistent medical observation. He also suffers from hypertension and that hypertension has been exacerbated by the physical conditions he has endured over the last 2 days of his kidnapping. All these conditions were referred by the medical board of this country as only manageable by that Fortis Memorial Hospital and Nairobi Hospital. And Fortis is in Delhi, India.
That is the Fortis Memorial.
Yes, yes, it is in Delhi, India. I'm advised there is a more specified location called Gurugram in India. Gurugram in India. Gurugram is G-U-R-U-G-R-A-M. Your Honor, away from the medical prescriptions are two lifestyle prescriptions. One is what to eat. When to eat and how to eat it. The second is when to get up and walk, for how long, what distance, all of which cannot be available under incarceration, now those conditions have further been exacerbated by the type of meals that have been provided to him in the last 2 days. In particular, posho and beans. Forced posho and beans. Together with the lack of medication as prescribed. The latest pressure taken from off the applicant or the accused person about 1 hour ago indicated that it was over 217. 200. It was 200 over 100, yes, which by your standards is close to suffering a stroke. Indeed, before he was dumped at the police, while in military custody, suffered a high surge of blood pressure. Reason whereof the military drove him out of their facility. And he was only saved by the intervention of a doctor that quickly administered a tablet under his tongue. All those conditions cannot be catered for under incarceration. We are making attempts, Your Worship, to obtain a printout of some of the medical documents we are talking about, which we could not prepare in time. Reason being that since his kidnapping, we have only been looking for him.
So you were unable to prepare?
We were unable to get them, but we have received them electronically. So they are being printed out. By the time I finish this application or these applications, we would have obtained them. The accused person is 56 years old. By law and authorities, that is advanced age. Now, advanced age spanning from the age of 50, so he's already 6 years into advanced age. As a matter of record and antecedent and responsibility, the accused, beyond being a lawyer, is the immediate past Lord Mayor of Kampala Capital City Authorities. Kampala Capital City Authority, and a former Member of Parliament for Kampala Central Division in the 8th Parliament. In the 8th Parliament, where he served for 5 years, both as MP and the Shadow Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs. He was also Shadow Attorney General. He's currently the President of the People's Front for Freedom, a registered political party.
People's Front
For Freedom, a registered political party. He has no criminal record whatsoever. But has been charged in court before. And has been granted bail before. He has never absconded. Which is a demonstration of his law-abiding character. Worship, in addition to his personal undertaking, provide by the bail terms, the accused person has a number of substantial sureties and I proceed to introduce them with your permission. The first one is the Honorable Betty Awolo-Chan. The Honorable Betty Awolo-Chan is the city woman member of parliament. City woman member of parliament for Gulu City. In this 12th parliament, having served for 15 years already, 20 actually. She's in her 5th term in parliament. She's a former leader of the opposition. In the Parliament of Uganda. A former chief opposition whip, knows the art of whipping, so she can easily whip him to come to court. And is the currently the deputy president of the same political party I mentioned, People's Front for Freedom, in brackets you can call it PFF. She's the deputy president of that political party for Northern Uganda. Works closely with the accused person is a mother figure and a friend of the accused person, aged 67 years. She's introduced by a national identity card, being a resident of I need somebody to read for me. I'm also a man of advanced age.
With your permission, Senior Quarters Village. Lukwago Ward, I-R-I-A-D-A, Ward.
I beg your pardon.
Lukwago, I-R-I-A-D-A, Ward. La Lopeche division is the sub-county. Yes. Those are the particulars. Particulars on the national ID.
Your Worship, we would like to pass both the national ID and the Parliament ID through you to the colleagues, then we shall provide photocopies.
And then upload them on e-commerce.
We will undertake. Your Worship, the accused himself is also introduced by a letter of LC1.
The surety.
No, not the accused. From Bulua village, where he's resident. That is Wakaliga. And his national ID is also available for inspection and for your management, as you may be pleased. And for the Honorable Betty Awolo-Chan, we have the photocopies of the IDs. For the Honorable Awolo-Chan, we have not been able to secure LC later, considering the distance and the speed with which these events took. Your Worship, the second surety, with your permission, if Right Honorable Chan may see,
Yes, she can take that.
is the Honorable Dr. Philip Michael. Honorable Dr. Philip Michael Lulume Baiga. Honorable Lulume Baiga is aged 56. So they are both men of advanced age. He's a resident of Buggala Cell, Baggala. Baggala is B-A-G-G-A-L, Cell. Seta Ward, Goma Division.
I beg your pardon.
Seta Ward, Goma Division. Goma is G-O-M-A. Mukono Municipality and Mukono District. It is introduced by letter of LC. We are trying to run some more copies. Currently we have a photocopy and the origin of his national ID together with a photocopy. The Honorable Mike Lulume Baiga is the immediate former Member of Parliament for Wiyikwe South. in the Muhoozi district. He's the deputy president to the accused persons in the political party I mentioned, PFF. He's a medical doctor. And the proprietor of Kampala International Medical Center, close by here in Kansanga. Kampala International Medical Center, Kansanga, Kampala. Your Worship, he is a friend to the accused person for over 30 years. As you notice, they are age mates, they were in school together. And have since lived and worked closely together. He can also be reached on telephone number 0 information 0772 432 096. I forgot to mention the telephone number for the Honorable Awolo Chan, if you permit me. 0772 591 yes 702. The third surety, Your Worship, is the Honorable Betty Namboze Bachireke. The Honorable Betty Namboze Bachireke is aged 57. I have been forced by the President to mention her age. And outside court, she's my mom. So she's aged 57. She's the current Member of Parliament for Mukono Municipality, now serving her 5th term. Her 4th term, sorry. 4th term. And therefore she's actually into her 5th, right? She's serving her 5th term. Her 5th term.
The 12th Parliament is her 5th term.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm in possession, Your Worship, of her Parliament ID. Because of the rush, we were not able to secure LC later introduction. And the national ID, but she has memory of the NIN number, which can be used to access all the information about her, of her NIN number, of the national. It is CF 690 521 0 0 E9, capital E9, capital F, capital E, capital A. Sorry, capital E, capital K. She's a resident of Nakabago village Ntawo ward, Mukono municipality. Her telephone number is 0752 38 710. Sorry, 388 710.
388 710.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, in very peculiar circumstances, and now this relates to responsibility. The accused person is counsel, actually currently lead counsel, in the matter of retired Colonel Dr. Kiza Besigye and two others, which is criminal session case number 335.
335.
Yes. Currently at hearing stage. It is 335 of 2025. Currently at hearing stage and scheduled for the 30th day of June 2026. The same is likely to suffer interruption if it is not granted this way. I mentioned that one because of its prominence, including in these proceedings. So, but it is one among the so many cases he is handling as an officer of this court. He is not a flight risk. And undertakes not to leave the borders of this country without prior authorization of this court, with or without it being a condition. It is therefore the possibility of delay, and I would invite court to take judicial notice of the case backlog in our system, both in police, where the case is still is, and in court. With that, Your Honor, the applicant is cognizant of the gravity of this offense. But one, the gravity consideration is mitigated in these proceedings by the personal undertaking and caliber of the applicant, to the substantial nature of sureties, and the rest will be insulated by the conditions that you may be pleased to give. obviously and axiomatically, the gravity of the offense does not negate the constitutional right and the presumption of innocence. Right to apply for bail and the presumption of innocence. We have so far, Your Worship, obtained one bundle of the applicants, some of the applicants' medical records that we have been able to obtain electronically. And with your permission, we will submit a copy. And then we will upload, and we will therefore, if court desires to look at the originals, we undertake. But those are certified. I stand to be guided, Your Honor, because the other two applications are dependent on whether or not you grant bail today. In the unlikely event that you may not be you are not in a position to grant bail today, we pray for one of the two things I'm going to mention. The first is owing to his medical condition. That he be referred to hospital for urgent medical care under conditions and directions you may be pleased to give. Again, in the unlikely event that that is not done, most unlikely, microscopic, in the unlikely or microscopic event that that is not done, but without prejudice to the foregoing, we pray that you direct that prisons authorities allow him possession of an orthopedic mattress. Orthopedic mattress. Because the same is under medical prescription. Orthopedic mattress and a cardiac bed, because these are critical for his survival.
Orthopedic mattress?
Yes, and a cardiac bed. The same are critically needed for his survival. Where he was previously incarcerated, when he mentioned that, they thought it was a luxury. And they advised him to sleep on the floor, which has exacerbated his back condition. With that, he only slept on the floor for about 20 minutes. And it explains. Okay, he was lying, not sleeping, on the floor. He was lying on the floor for those 20 minutes. And those have worsened his medical condition. He has not accessed medical care from his personal medical attendants. In the unlikely event of a remand, we will pray that the same be ordered and that he be allowed to access his specialized and prescribed meals. Your Worship, we have obtained, since obtained the second copy of the bank of his medical documents. We pray that these medical documents be kept private because they relate personal medical conditions and very private. With that, Your Honor, I reiterate what I earlier prayed and pray that you be pleased to grant bail as a matter of life and death. Especially for the fear of an irreversible stroke owing to his medical condition. I so pray.
Applications regarding the accused persons, but we have fair right? We are asking the counsel for the accused person to avail us with the letter introducing the surety, in particular, surety number 1 and 2. That is letter from the area MC. Introducing them. He also availed us with a set of medical 1 and 3. 1 and 3.
The letter of introduction of their residence.
The letter from the area MC introducing them.
That's what I mean. The letter
Yeah.
of introduction of their areas of residence.
Yes.
That is Honorable Muhoozi and Betty Achan.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Then secondly, we are also requesting for the state of the medical documents with respect to the condition of the accused person, where the council referred to the second set of the medical documents. We are also requesting that we should be available with thereafter, we also pray that with the prosecutions are given time after you have seen the volume of the document. This is one set of the medical document tendered by the counsel for the accused person. This is the volume of it. Within time to study the document. And then, to study the medical document. And then we also need time to verify the particulars of the sureties. From that point, you also will be able to effectively respond to the bail application made by the council on behalf of the accused person.
We are in court, please can you respect court? So in other words, the state is unable to respond to the application.
True. That's the position. That's the position, yours? For the bail, you also pray for referral order for urgent medical care and provision of orthopedic mattress, taking into account the condition of the applicant. He referred to that, and a mattress. That one is critical to his condition, Your Worship. And that the applicant also needs specialized meal. He also prayed to court in event that the court does not grant him bail, court should issue that order. Your Worship, I will respond to that.
Oh, you're highlighting on his
what he has
to
said.
understand.
Yes.
Yes, on his request of grant of an orthopedic bed.
Yes.
So you are highlighting, then you can respond to the same.
Yes.
Because I was failing to understand it.
Yes. Yes. In response to that, it is the prosecution's submission that the prison authority has the best facility in the country. It has specialized doctors. Unless otherwise court gets a report from the prison authority that they are unable to contain his condition while in prison, upon a report, maybe the court can pronounce itself on it. But as per now, there is no report from the prison authority suggesting that they are unable to have him in their facility. And it will be premature for the court to say that the prison authorities are unable to have him in prison at this point or at this stage. So at this stage, also we rest our response.